Okay, morning everyone. We're all set up and ready to go. A couple quick things. We are recording this session, and we'll get the information sent out to you within 24 hours. Daniel and good to see you again. Dee, good to see you again. Joe, welcome to our session today. Sufyan, welcome to our session today. We have a light session today. The reason is because I didn't really know the attractiveness of this topic, so we didn't really promote it. But we still had about 30 plus registrations, and one of the lessons that I learned about today, it's not because it's Friday the 13th, it's because tomorrow is Deepavali. So anyone listening in that celebrates Happy Diwali to the celebrants, and of course Happy Diwali to everyone else on this session. So like I said, we are recording this, and very excited to have all of you here on a Friday morning, eve of a public holiday in Malaysia and anywhere that celebrates Diwali. Morning, Joe. Welcome to our session all the way from Philippines today. So let me cover a couple things. I'll clear out this screen first. Excuse me. Okay, the interesting thing about the session today is let me pull up the slides right now. Okay, today's topic is how to create an extra income stream, in the next 60 to 90 days. And if you can do me a favor, when I ask a question, I'll prompt you for it. Let's see. I have a separate screen here. I hit the wrong thing. Hold on. Because running two different systems here. Okay, I can see the chat on the other screen right now. The interesting thing about this topic, we're going to be talking about how to create an extra income stream in 60 days. And, I am actually a very positive person, but I'm also a very real person. Okay. I'm very direct. If I say yes, it's yes. If I say no, it's no. So, first of all, I want to welcome everyone to today's session. And we're gonna be discussing how we can make extra income within the next 60 days. Now, you don't have to believe everything that you hear from me. You don't need to say, you know what, I like and trust Chris. I will share my personal strategies and my personal opinions with you today. Okay. I don't really share this on a public platform, normally just among friends. So if we can agree on that, if that's fair, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. So realistically, this year, a tough year for a lot of people. We have a lot of challenges, a lot of things going on. Some of us need more money, some of us need a lot more money, and some of us looking for a job. Not many jobs out there, so we have to create things in our lives. Now we can say, okay, I have a job, and I don't know if I need to do this. Now here's the thing. I'll go through a couple things on why we need to have extra income. Okay. The first is, some of you have seen this before, when I've shared with you, we like to make excuses, right? No time, no money. Now, usually I use this in like business and sales and production. But let's think about yourself, and let's think about your family and your loved ones, right? If the quality of your life, if the quality of your loved ones depended on the things that you did now, in bringing revenue in, what would you do? All right. So yes, some of us have jobs. Some of us, maybe looking in transition, whatever your situation is. It tells us that we need to have some stability, some extra income coming in. I call it streams of income. All right. And then some of us say, oh, you know what? We make other excuses. We make other excuses that we use when we're faced with new things, right? We say, oh, I don't know how to do this, or I don't have money to start a new business venture. I'm going to share with you how you can do things that don't require money. I know that sounds fantastic, right? Okay, so let me transition into this. In 1998, I shared this story many times with some of you that have been on sessions before, and we've had personal interactions. I started my company in 1998 in San Diego from the spare bedroom of my apartment. Now, I also was making very good money. When I was working with Toyota, and then I worked for a magazine after that. Then I started my company, but I wasn't rolling in the dough because when you're at that age, the money comes in and then you spend it, right? That's one of the lessons that I learned in my mid to late 20s. All right, so I was making money when I started my company, but I wasn't rolling in the money. And I wasn't making $1 million my first year. There were several times that I needed to do things to bring in additional money in addition to, working in and on my business, especially during the beginning and the transition over into starting up my company. So I'm going to share some of the things that I did with you. And then today I'm going to cover how you're supposed to look at an opportunity. What's the criteria that you should be looking at to determine if it's the right one for you? Okay. Now, one of the things that I did was I bought and sold sofas in when I was in San Diego. Right. It's very interesting because sofas are big, and one of the things that I had available to me was I had a brand new spending money, right? Spending money. I had a brand new Toyota truck. It was a big truck, right? Not a lorry, but like a full size truck. If you're familiar with Toyotas back in the day, it's actually called. I really love the name. It was called the Toyota T100. All right. So what I did was I found people that were getting rid of sofas. Some of them were selling it for like, 25 USD. Now this is back in 1997, 1998. So they were selling their sofas for 25 US, and then I would take it and then I would clean it up, and then I would resell them for for 75, 100, 150. So I did that, and so I was doing probably 2 or 3 sofas a week. Now some of them I got for free. All right. Interestingly enough, I also did something like this a few months ago. Before we were transitioning everything online, I was liquidating some of the furniture in the house because we had a big house and a lot of furniture. One of the 2-seaters, it looked leather, but it's not leather, right? It's fake leather. One of the 2-seaters that I had outside in my outside sitting area, it looked very nice, but there was a tear, just from wear and tear. So it split. And so the cotton and the foam was coming out, but I put it back together. I taped it, with duct tape or black tape, whatever it was. Then I said, okay, you know what? I want to start getting rid of stuff. So, we kind of, went a little bit more minimalistic. All right. So we put that on Facebook. I got that for free. I got it for free. From somebody that was, letting go of furniture back late last year, because I wanted a more comfortable sitting area in the outside of the house. So we put it on Facebook. We sold it for 200 ringgit. Okay, I believe it was within 2 days. No delivery. Somebody came and picked it up. 200 from somebody that was free that I used for probably 7 or 8 months. Now, because I had a truck. I also did a moving service, on the weekends. In fact, one interesting story was the library. It was called the Poway Library near my house. They were doing some landscaping, right? And so they had these river rocks about this big, and they were heavy. So I got the job to take all the river rocks. They didn't pay me. They did not pay me to remove all the river rocks, but river rocks were in demand. And so I was able to find somebody to buy the river rocks. All I had to do was go to the library car park, the parking lot, and pick up all the rocks. I think if I remember, I did 5 full loads of river rocks. Okay, I don't remember what I sold them for, but the interesting thing was, I mean, I was tired after carrying all those rocks, right? In the evening, I was having dinner at home, and then, you know, there was a knock on my door, and it was the police at my door. I mean, I said, okay, what did we do? And they said, somebody called us and said that you were stealing rocks from the parking lot of the library. And I was like, no, 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 no. I wasn't stealing rocks. They hired me to get rid of the rocks. And then so luckily I had a letter that from the library that said, okay, Chris is supposed to remove the river rocks from the library. And so I didn't get arrested on that day. I didn't spend a night in jail on that night. All right. Now, over the years, also, I was involved in network marketing. I'm sure you know what network marketing is. I was in one company, did very, very well. And how I left that company is a story for a separate day. But I also did door-to-door sales. I did the Cutco knives. I also sold, we called it the Filter Queen vacuum cleaners. Imagine back in 1998, and I only worked weekends. All right. They made the appointments for me. I went on the appointment. I demonstrated the unit. Closing ratio for me was right about 50-60%. So I would probably have 3 appointments on a weekend, Saturday and Sunday, if I wasn't doing the moving, if I wasn't, handling the sofas. So what happened was, these vacuum cleaners are, to me, even today, are the most fantastic things in the world. All right. It's not just a vacuum cleaner. It was a air purifier. It was a it was everything. And that thing sucked up dirt. All right. So each one of those machines back in 1998 was about 2,500 for the base model, 2,500 USD. So imagine a $10,000 vacuum cleaner, and my closing ratio was 50-60%. Now, over the years, also, we added income streams to my company. Like I said, 1998 is when I started the company. One of the biggest things that I have is that I admit that I have a few talents, and if I relied only on talent to build my company over the last 22 years, it wouldn't be good. So what I did was I had to learn new skills. I had to, either learn it on my own, go for a course, read a book, find a mentor, and they're the ones that transfer the skills to me. You see, the interesting thing about skills is once you have them and you use them, you never lose them. So I'm a very big believer in learning new skills. All right. So over the years, over the last 22 years, I learned new industries. For example, the social media, the digital marketing. I learned that, about 13, 14 years ago, and we're using it to this day. I also learned about this new concept back in 2005. It was called it was called telephone conferencing. And the concept was, instead of meeting a whole group of people in person in a function room or a meeting room, it was a teleconference, kind of like what we're doing now, except we used a phone. So we didn't get to see each other, right? So I was very intrigued by this. And so I tried to find out more about this industry. I couldn't really find out about it. So what I decided to do is I applied at teleconferencing companies. And I applied at 3 and I got hired at 2 and I picked 1. Okay, so I learned the ins and outs of that industry back in 2005. I worked there for 6 months, made very decent wage. But here's the interesting thing. The things that I learned in that industry, I approached wholesalers so that we could resell the minutes. Now that was in 2005, 2006, and it's now 2020, 15 years later. All right, 14 to 15 years later, and I've stopped selling teleconferencing, but the clients that we had back during that time are still using that service until today. Until today, I still get a commission check of between 800 to 1,000 USD a month. And I haven't sold a single teleconferencing client since 2000, if I recall correctly, since 2008. Okay, and I've done nothing since 2008, and I still get commission checks of between 800 to 1,000 USD a month. All right. So when you learn new skills, when you learn new industries, okay, you can use it in the things that you do, so that you can. I'm not going to say recession proof. You know, that's a buzzword. You know, recession proof and pandemic proof. You know, to me, those are buzzwords. There's no such thing as, you know, you're recession proof. You know, it used to be medical and food. Used to be like so-called recession proof, but you know, look at it today, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you my personal criteria in determining a business opportunity, a business venture, and how to create income streams. Answer me this question. Answer me this question, okay? It's either yes or no. Would you like to know? Would you like to know these criteria? Type in the chat yes if you want to know. If you don't want to know, then just don't answer the question. Okay, awesome. And I love your enthusiasm this morning. I want to share something with you, Anne. I love your post the other day. You know, regardless of the economy, buyers are still buying and sellers are still selling. I really love that post. Okay, okay. So since we're going to I'm going to share with you. Let me ask you this question first. You don't need to answer this. Okay, you don't need to answer this. All right. This year's been tough. Okay, a lot of us making less, businesses having less income, laying off workers, thousands in Malaysia. I forgot the exact number, but I think it was like 30,000 plus 36,000 since April or May have shut down, and maybe more in the future. So ask yourself this question. You know, we used to say this, maybe we say this to our kids, but definitely our parents say this to us: get a good education, you know, find a good job, and then you're going to be set for life, right? But ask yourself this question: if I don't work tomorrow, do I have enough resources to take care of myself and my family for at least the next few months? Okay, so ask yourself that question. All right. Now, I have to warn you about a couple things. What is the right extra income stream? Now, there's many things that I've done that have been successful over the years, but there's also things that I have done and you know, ventured in that were not so successful. All right. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to share with you my criteria that I developed over the last decade plus on how to make the right decision. Okay. So if you make the wrong choice, it's a disaster. Okay, if you venture into the wrong thing, you don't have a mentor, you don't have a coach, you don't have someone to guide you, you have no criteria for evaluation, no criteria for you know, success. All right, then you know, that's not a good thing. You know, now when I say end up with a job, I don't mean, you know, an employment. Here's what I mean. Let's say you take up an opportunity, and I'll share with you what some of those opportunities are. What we want to do with extra income streams is we want to eventually evolve into putting in less time and less effort, and you know, getting income. I'll give you an example. When and I mentioned this earlier, when I was doing the teleconferencing, I was in a job, right? Because I was selling and getting clients. So that was a job. When I stopped doing it, it gave me income, not a lot of income, not a whole lot, but you know, dang, I didn't do any work though. Since 2008, 2009, I didn't do any work on it, yet I'm still getting paid. So what I did was I gained time and I gained money out of that opportunity. All right. So we need an evaluation process. Here's my evaluation process. I'm not going to read through everything on the slides because I'm going to go through each one. But you know, it's basically you know, a five-step process. Now, some of you can adjust this. I'm not saying that this is perfect. I'm saying this works for me. Okay, you can adjust it, but these are the components of what we need, what I use in evaluating an opportunity. All right. First, you got to look at your current situation. Okay, you got to look at these criteria or factors. You have to look at your current income level, your current cash situation. Then you look at, can you invest any money in this? Then how much time do you have that you can set aside to invest in it. So many opportunities are lost and destroyed because you put the money in and you didn't devote enough time. You didn't devote enough time in working on it, right? And we've all done this. Then how much do you need out of the opportunity, and how much do you want out of it? All right. And that's where looking at your income and cash situation. For example, if you say you look at your finances and your savings, and okay, I can take this and invest this much, and then I have enough money for for another 3 to 6 months of expenses, taking of myself, taking care of my family. Then you need to say, this opportunity, I need to get a return within the next 3 months. If your cash and savings and resources only last you for 3 months, don't get involved in an opportunity that only pays you back in 2 years, right? So this is the level of urgency that you have. So the level of urgency is, I put it into a couple different categories. The first category is, damn, I need money now. It's like, you know what? My money's running out. I think I need to get extra income in the next 2 to 3 months. Another level of urgency is like, I have enough resources. My job is okay. Everything seems secure. I'll do this, and I can wait 6 months, 8 months for a return. So you have to look at your level of urgency. Like I said, if something gives you return only after 1 or 2 years, but you need money now, then ask yourself, is that the right one? Now, the first step is you got to look at the opportunity itself, the returns. Does it give you quick cash? Now, please don't misunderstand. I'm not asking you to invest in those money schemes and the gold shares and all that, because they promise you quick cash, right? When I say quick cash, what I mean is that, for example, post something on Facebook Marketplace, and you get cash in 1 or 2 days, which is what we did with the sofa. So that was quick cash, right? Then you have passive income. Passive income is, I'm afraid sometimes of passive income, because when someone tells me, oh, you know what, you just do this and then it's passive income, it's like, I don't need to do the work and I get money. I don't think there's anything out there that works that way. I said that I get passive income, 800 to 1,000 USD per month from the teleconferencing, but that one is passive now, but I had to do a lot of work in the beginning. Now that one I understand. If let's say you have passive income and they say, oh, put in this much and you get money for the rest of your life, I get very scared of that. I'm not saying that it's not the right opportunity or it's not legit or real, but you have to be, you have to look at that. It's like, I don't need to do any work and I get money. So I get, suspicious on that. Then long term, okay? Things that you do, okay, if you need quick cash, it's not long term, right? Long term usually takes a little bit more money, usually takes a little bit more effort. Now, the good news is when you choose the right opportunity and you fulfill all these criteria, it then has the possibility or probability to replace your primary income. Here's my thing though, okay? A lot of people say, oh, you know what, I hate my job, and I'm going to find something else, and then when the income is equal to my job, then I'm going to quit. And I always wondered about that, because if let's say you bring your income up to here and it's the same as your job, why not do both since you're able to do it? And what you need to do is you need to, in this one with the opportunity, what you need to do is you need to be able to double or triple that income, then get rid of that. Does that make sense, right? Okay. Now, when you go into the next criteria, we go into the evaluation process, right? You have to look at your available options. You have to look at the things out there. In fact, so far today, I've given you a couple options, right? You have to have options. You have to have multiple ways of creating an income stream. All right. Should you do all at once? If possible, you can. What I suggest is that you focus on one, get it up and running, then get another, and then get another. All right. My company has probably seven or eight income streams right now, but we didn't create all 7 or 8 all in one day. It took years to create the 7 or 8 income streams, right? Then you wanna question and you wanna research that particular opportunity. The questions are, first of all, is it legal? Here's my criteria. Yeah, is it legal? Is it moral? Does it help people? Can I make money? How much time do I have to put in? How much money do I have to put in? Then you have to research. You have to research the company. You have to research the products. Research. Do your due diligence. And then you evaluate your current needs. For example, if let's say you have an opportunity in front of you that says, okay, you know what? Do this work for 3 months or 6 months, and then you get paid, and then you get returns after that. If I need money now, that's not going to help me. I always remember this movie, Pursuit of Happiness. Will Smith was the actor. The character in the movie, if I recall, Chris Gardner, very humble beginnings, and then he joined, I think it was Merrill Lynch, if I remember, as a stockbroker. He had to work for 6 months. I mean, he struggled for that 6 months, but he made it. Is that something I'm encouraging you to do? If you're able to, then yes. If you need to put food on the table today, getting paid or getting your reward in 6 months to 1 year is not going to help you right now. So it really depends on your current situation. It really depends on your current needs, your current wants, and your current urgency. All right. A need would be, I need to take care of my family. I need to put food on the table. The want would be, I want to buy a brand new car. Okay. Oh, this is a little side thing I'll share with you. When I make purchases, when I make investments, especially larger ones, I have this concept that I have with me. It's like, I don't use old money, I use new money. What I mean by that is that I do the best that I can not to dip into savings to make the purchase. I generate new income to make the purchase that I want. Okay. So, do your evaluation. Can you imagine yourself doing that particular opportunity, that particular task, that particular function? All right. Don't spend too much time on this. Just do enough. Some people like evaluate the heck out of something and then it's gone, right? So, the next one is make a decision. I'm a big believer in making a decision, whether it's a yes or a no. Okay. I don't like it when people lead me on. I don't like when people say maybe, and can consider, let me think about it. I'll handle those, but I'll push you towards a decision. All right. So you need to make a decision based on what we've discussed so far. Look at your options available to you, and then relate it to your objective. All right. Is your objective to get money now? Is it to replace your current income? Is it to buy something for investment? Whatever it is. Then you look at the rational versus emotional. We are all human beings. Yes, raise your hand if you're a human being. Yes. Okay. Good. All right. So we're all human beings. We have rational and we have emotional. We make our decisions based on. Very surprisingly, some people don't believe me. We make our decisions based on emotion, and we use logic to justify those emotions. All right. If you want to know more about this part, I'll share this with you right now. I've created a series. This webinar is in a series called the Expert Webinar Series. I have a next series starting on the 4th of December. And it's called the Sales Skills Webinars. I kept it to 12 topics. I did learn one thing about today's session because of Diwali. We actually were doing it every Friday. On last week's session, I asked everyone's suggestion, should we do it on a Friday or Sunday? And everybody said, oh, Friday. Okay. So we changed it to Friday, or we confirmed it for Friday. But this year, Christmas is on Friday. New Year is on Friday. And if I recall correctly, Chinese New Year is on a Friday also next year. So I'll share that link with you, but we're going to change the Christmas day and the New Year day sessions to another date. All right. But that's in December and in February. All right. Okay. Let's get back to this. The rational and emotional. The reason I brought that up is because we will cover emotion and logic in one of those 12 sessions. All right. Then you look at your risk evaluation. It's like gambling. I'm not encouraging gambling. Don't get me wrong. All right. But if you go to the casino, if you buy a lottery ticket, if you take a risk, you have to prepare yourself that you're willing to lose the money or you're able to lose the money. When you go to a casino, and you say that I'm going to spend 500, for example, I'm going to spend 500, you have to tell yourself, and you need to be mentally and financially prepared that you're going to lose that 500. All right. So when you take a look at a business opportunity, you have to understand that nothing is guaranteed in life. Nothing is guaranteed in business. If let's say you have to put in some money, some resources, some time into that particular opportunity, and you have to be prepared mentally and financially that you're not going to make a return. Okay. Don't focus on 5 or 6. Focus on 1 or 2. And the 1 or 2 have to be slightly different. It both cannot be the same. All right. Now, the next step is the part that most people miss out. All right. People in your lives. I know people in my life that will look at something and they'll go, oh, I got to check all these things. And then they analyze and they research and they investigate and they do the due diligence. And then 6 months later, they go, okay. And then they lose interest. All right. What we're talking about is making an income stream in the next 60 days. So all the criteria, all the steps that I shared with you so far, it preferably should be done within the next 3 to 5 to 7 days. Don't take too long. All right. The most important part, once you have done all this and you said, you know what, I'm going to do it. Okay. This is one of the most important parts. It's the action. You have to get up in the morning. You have to sleep a little, if you have to. Okay. If you have to sleep a little bit later, if you have to not watch your favorite TV show, if you have to give up an hour of sleep, or 2 to 3 hours of watching TV or playing games or whatever it is, okay, once you have decided to take action, take the action. Commit to taking action. Commit to getting it done. All right. Now let's look at the different types of opportunities that we have in front of us. Okay. We have the independent or the professional. All right. What does that mean? It means network marketing. It means joining a company as an independent rep. I'll talk about that in a minute. All right. It can be professional. Sorry, that's what I mean. It could mean things like you become like a trader, buy and sell. All right. Or in Malaysia, very interesting. I don't know how this is going to work. The Federal Territories Minister said that KL, Selangor, Putrajaya, and if I recall, please don't take this as my as the instruction or the right thing. Please don't do that. I'm just regurgitating what I read in the news on this part. They're making these areas a free trade zone. That means anybody can sell anything anywhere. If I recall correctly, until April or May next year. All right. So if you have to sell food, if you have to, do whatever it is, right? Then we have the gig economy, buzzword for the last couple of years, especially now. If you have a bike, Grab or, one of those things. Is it Grab? Yeah, Food Panda, whatever it is, right? You have the right kind of car. You can, do not Uber, Grab also, right? You can also look at, Upwork, freelance.com, things like that. Then you have this other one, which is called affiliate, right? And if you think about the teleconferencing money that I've been receiving for the last decade or so, I would term it under this one, affiliate. Sell the customer, and get the money, sell the customer, get the money, sell this item, get the money. All right. Then you have investment, like whether it's real estate, investing in a business, investing in a program, whatever that is. All right. Then you have business. You start a business. Not the sell anything, anywhere, anytime, that one, but you start a business. One of the easiest business that you can start is having to do with technology, social media, digital marketing. Now, I will tell you this: I've been doing digital marketing and social media marketing for 14 years. You have to be careful. You have to know what you're doing, because there's all kinds of people running around that don't know what they're doing. All right, and you don't want to be one of those people. All right. Now, when you get into these things, whether independent, professional, affiliate, gig, investment business, there's things that you need to know. Okay, you have to look at your current expertise. All right, you have to look at your current skill level. Then you have to look at the capital. The capital, how much money can you set aside and put into the opportunity? Then what are the resources that you need? Resources is not just the money. The resources could be what kind of equipment do you need? Computers, it could also be what kind of people do you need? Now, in pretty much any company, even in those criteria that I was telling you about, there's several functions. You have the HR function, you have the finance function, you have the logistics and fulfillment function, you have the sales and marketing function, right? In my opinion, one of the most important is the sales and marketing function. A lot of companies, a lot of business owners, when they start, and I talk to a lot of these people, right? They go, okay, I'm going to start a business. Okay, so when are you going to get your sales and marketing team? Oh, I'll do that last. What? I got to get my HR, my admin, and my finance people first, and then I get the sales and marketing. And I go, my God, when I start all my businesses, I have the product or the fulfillment, and I have the sales and marketing, because the sales and marketing is what gets you the revenue, so that you can go out and get the logistics, the admin, the HR, all those things, right? You have to know if you're able to make money in any kind of opportunity. You have to know. Oh, sorry, I skipped a little bit. So then you have the inventory of the product. What is your product or service? How are you going to fulfill it? Okay. When I was starting out in 1998, I was cold calling, 5 days, 6 days a week. All right. 6 to 7 hours a day. I was generating the business. Then I did have a basic plan of how I was going to fulfill to the clients my inventory and product. All right. Once I got to a certain point with the number of clients, I could not fulfill by myself anymore. That's when I went out and I got an office. It's 1998, yeah. When we couldn't, telecommute and all those things just yet, right? So I had to go and get an office, and I had to hire staff. The first staff that I hired, the first team of people that I advertised for, do you think it was admin and secretarial and all that? No, the first people I advertised for to hire were sales and marketing, because I needed to duplicate the sales efforts and marketing efforts to bring the money in, so that I could go out or attract the admin and the logistics and all those things. Okay. When you're starting an opportunity, especially if you're starting a business on your own, you got to make sure that there's a possibility and probability that you're going to get revenue. You're going to get a revenue out of your efforts. You don't want to create everything and do all the things, and then, okay, we're ready to sell now, and then you try to sell it and the market doesn't buy. Okay, that's one of the worst things that could ever happen. All right, I will tell you this: all these things. Okay, let me run through that go back a couple slides. What you see on the screen right now, the independent, professional, gig, affiliate, investment, business. Okay, all of these things have one common factor. The one common factor is this. Okay, the number one skill that's always in demand in any economy, in any situation, in any country, any culture, in any language, is the ability to generate leads and to convert those leads into sales. Okay, when you have this skill, thank you, D. When you have this skill, you can literally pick any product and any service and you can sell it. All right. So, or you got to hire people that are really good at doing this. All right. Which comes to my next part. All right. I have some options and suggestions. First of all, let me share this with you. I'm not selling you any opportunity or any kind of job or anything like that, but I have options and suggestions for you. So if you can do me a favor, type in the chat. Can I give you options and suggestions? Either yes, yes I can, and if it's no, just type in no, and then close your ears. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to give you some options. All right, that'll, if you need money now, if you need income now, and while you're looking for a job, these are some of the things that you can do. Okay, so option number one is look for used goods on Facebook and you can resell. All right, try to look for some free. I'm not asking you to go out and get a sofa because you have to have the vehicle to transport the sofa, right? But there's ways around it. Okay, but what we want to do is using existing resources right now. Okay, look for used goods on Facebook to resell. All right, some stuff is free, some stuff doesn't sell because the price is too high, and then look for stuff that the price is low that you can either put on eBay, that you can re-put on Facebook and you can sell. All right, that's option one. Okay, now this business model has been around for decades, if not decades, for dozens of years. Okay, no, which one is more? Oh, dozens of years is less than many decades. Okay, it has been around for such a long time. Okay, if I were to put a word on it, it would be this buzzword going around for the last couple of years called arbitrage. That means you take something that somebody else made or did, and then you resell it, all right, for a profit. And that's the concept that we're talking about. Okay, now here's option two. I am a big believer in network marketing. Okay, you need to look for a good network marketing opportunity. You have to find a good upline. You have to find a good, effective product with a very decent compensation. I have been involved for in a couple different companies over the years. I am doing something in the Philippines on this, okay? But I'm not promoting the opportunity here. Here's what I want to offer to everyone on the session right now. In fact, let me just let me be able to see, or at least look at all of you. Okay, let me just close this out here. So one of the things that I want to mention about network marketing is this. Anne is actually one of my clients. All right, Anne has done a few things, and implemented some things that I've suggested. Okay, and I've had certain interactions with Anne. I'm not trying to pitch right now. Here's what I want to share with everyone. Okay, if you are looking for a good upline or a good person to get you started in the business, if you're looking for a good product, a semi-decent product with an attractive compensation plan, here's what I would like to suggest to you. I would like you to get in touch with Anne. Okay, how are you going to get in touch with Anne? Anne, with your permission, I'm going to put your email address in the email that we send out with when we send out the video recording. Okay, and I'll put your email address in there. Okay. And then later you can message me, and tell me which one, because I know you have the EcoMart, and then I know you have the Ang at something, or based on memory, right?
Yeah.
My memory is good, it's just short. Okay, so after this session, just send me a WhatsApp. Tell me which email address that you want me to put into the email. So what I suggest to everyone is this, okay? If you want to get more information about what Anne is doing, and I'm telling you, Anne is doing very okay, all right? So if you want to get a little bit more information on what Anne is doing, send her an email, have a conversation with Anne. Is that okay, Anne? I know I didn't tell you about this. Is not rehearsed or prepared, yeah? It's not like,
it's actually a surprise to me.
Right. Okay. So like I said, it's we help each other. All right. Okay. So I'm going to get back to the last option that we have here. Okay, so that's option 2. So please get back in touch with Anne. All right. Okay. Option 3. This was very interesting. Look for a good company you can join as an independent sales rep. If you remember, one of the things that I shared with you earlier is that the number one skill that if you're able to get and develop, that will always be in demand, is the ability to generate leads and convert sales. So what you should do is you should look for a good company. I'm not saying if you're working in a company right now, leave, yeah? I'm talking about as an extra income stream that you can do on your off time from your job. I'm not suggesting that anyone leave their job right now. Please don't misunderstand, all right? So look for a good company you can join as an independent sales rep, okay? How do you look for companies like that? It's not easy. So I have a solution for you, okay? We are expanding our network of independent reps, all right? It's not for everybody. What we will do is that we will train you in the basics of generating leads and generating sales, and we will offer you several products and services for you to be able to sell to your network. Okay, I'll leave it at that. What I will do is I'll also put a link in the email that I will send out to you. And if you want to take advantage of this option, all you have to do is send me a WhatsApp, get in touch with me, and we can have a conversation. All right, we're actually getting ready to launch this offer in December in several different countries. Okay, so you have the chance to get in on this a little bit earlier, before anyone else, because we only have a certain a limited number of slots that we can do. I mean, I cannot have 1,000 people doing this, right? Okay, so having said that, what I like to do now is I like to open up to a Q&A. And let me just unshare this real quick. Now, there's a couple ways that you can ask your question. You can type your question in the chat, and I will answer it. You can unmute yourself and say, "Hey, Chris, I have a question," and I will answer the question for you. The scope of the questions would be anything that we've discussed today. If you want to ask Anne, I'm going to offer on your behalf. If you want to ask Anne a question, you can go ahead and do that as well. But Anne, I'll also say this, and everyone, this recording will be going out to about 30 plus people in the next 24 hours. Okay, so do we have any questions for me or Anne? Oh, and also, if you look at your screen, you have Coach Dio. That's actually a typo. It's actually Coach D. Coach D will be doing his session next week about blind spots. And Coach D, that will be the final session in the series. You're gonna bring it home, and then we're gonna start marketing our sales skills topics webinars starting from well, it starts on December 4th. Okay. So does anybody have any questions? Sufyan, do you have any questions? Christopher Anthony, Daniel, Joe, do you have any questions for me? Or for Anne? Or Anne, if you have a question.
It actually caught me by surprise.
No problem. No problem. Daniel, you look like you're getting ready to ask a question. Go ahead.
Good morning to all of you.
Morning.
So let's say we want to sell a products. Is it better to have a drop shippers or we have to store the stock?
It depends on your financial situation. And it also depends if you created the product yourself or you're taking it from a certain kind of company. For me, I would always prefer a drop ship. Okay. Now, having said that, I will also say that if you have stock, it means that you make a bit more money because you take some of the risk, or you take additional parts of the risk. Does that make sense, Daniel, so far? So
yes.
Here's what I will say to you. Whether it's drop ship, whether it's you have to store product, it's like do something. Do it and try. If you don't have enough resources to take the stock, do the drop ship first. There's courses out there. I don't do those courses. The drop ship, I don't do courses on that. We do some of that, the actual drop shipping, but we don't do the courses. Okay, there's things that you can attend, sessions like this that you can learn the basics of drop shipping. But drop shipping is very simple. Remember, we talked about the number one skill. The number one skill is is the ability to generate leads and to convert into sales.
Yes.
You see, when you have that ability, Daniel, it doesn't matter whether you're selling fried rice, whether you're selling sea buckthorn, whether you're selling coaching services, whether you're doing drop shipping, whether you sell sales training, motivation, digital marketing services, it doesn't matter. Once you have the skill of being able to generate leads and to take those leads and convert into customers, damn, you can sell anything. So it doesn't matter. Did that kind of answer your question, Daniel?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so do we have any other questions, ladies? Oh, no, sorry. Lady and gentlemen. I wasn't talking about you, Coach D. I mean the lady part. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Bad jokes. Apologies. Okay, so do we have any other questions from anyone at all? If not, I'm going to end the session in the next 30 to 45 seconds. And as a reminder, please send me your email that you want me to use. And if you want to put a phone number, let me know also. I'll put that into the email. Okay. I will also send out the link to register for Coach D's session next week. Coach D, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for next week. Really, I am. Really, really. Okay. Christopher Anthony, thank you for the thumbs up. If I can ask everybody a favor, if you can except Saiful, yeah. If you can put your video on, I'd love to take a screenshot and then I'll share with everyone. I will also stop the recording when we end our session. In fact, let me do this right now. I'm going to end the live stream. Okay. Okay, so I've stopped the live stream and I'll stop the recording right now. Oh no, I'll keep the recording. Joe, Sufyan, if you can, Christopher Anthony, if you can show your video, show yourselves. I would love to take a screenshot and send it out to everyone. Sufyan, you're much more handsome than I imagined. Joe, you there? Okay, awesome. Christopher Anthony, I think you're a little red. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take a screenshot right now. Okay, everybody looks so serious in that shot. So let's try to. Morning, Christopher Anthony. Good to see you again today. Joe, are you there? If you're not there, that's okay. We're gonna take a screenshot right now. What I'd like everybody to do is give me your best smile. on the count of three. On the count of three, your best smile. 1, 2, 3 with the thumbs up. Awesome. Okay. I just want to take like another 20 or 30 pictures. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording now.